Hi everyone, I'm Matt from Pure Pet Food. We make a range of natural, air-dried and freeze-dried dog and cat foods. Today, we're going to be filming our health video series and we've got Andy the vet coming in to answer all questions about colitis. Andy, are you okay to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name's Andy. I'm a small animal vet and I've been working in general practice for the last 10 years.
So first of all, Andy, probably the first question that we often get asked is what is colitis and how is it caused?
Colitis is basically it's inflammation of the large intestine or the colon, which is where the term colitis comes from, and it's something we see fairly commonly in general practice. Dogs often will be seen to be sort of straining more often to try and go to the toilet, and sometimes people will see a bit of blood or mucus in their stools, which is often the main reason why they bring their dog to us. And
then this may not be the case, but it's a question that we do sometimes get asked. Is colitis actually contagious and can it be spread from dog to dog, or does it typically tend to be an isolated incident?
Yeah, there's lots of different causes of colitis, and one of which is infectious. So it's an infection by a parasite or worms, and that can transfer from one dog to another. But a lot of the causes of colitis aren't. So some of the other reasons why dogs might get colitis is that they've eaten something that's disagreed with them, or they have a food allergy, or sometimes they can get colitis because of an immune-mediated problem, so their own body is attacking their own large bowel or colon. So it depends what's causing it as to whether or not it's infectious.
And when someone does get prescribed with colitis, how long does it typically last?
Yeah, there's two sort of forms really. So there's the acute, sort of short-term, sudden onset form, which typically lasts a couple of days, and after which the dog is back to its normal health state and will not suffer from the condition again. But some dogs, unfortunately, have the chronic version, which can cause flare-ups on a fairly regular basis, and it's those dogs that can really suffer from it long term, and that's where veterinary intervention is needed to try and reduce those flare-ups and make sure that they've got a good quality of life.
And then that leads on quite nicely to how would you actually treat colitis?
Yeah, I think so. It depends on the version. So if it's an acute onset colitis, so it's just come on suddenly, then the chances are it's only going to last a couple of days, as long as we feed an easily digestible diet, which can just help settle the gastrointestinal tract. Then that can sometimes give the gut a break and allow it to heal. Occasionally we can give some probiotics as well, which will try and re-establish the normal gut flora within the intestine, and that can help settle the colitis down. And it's just making sure that the dog itself has plenty of rest, plenty of water, and then time for the condition to recover. It becomes more tricky when you have those chronic cases that have regular flare-ups, and that's where it's really important that you go and seek veterinary advice, because we can make some lifestyle changes. It might be diet related, but also we might prescribe some medications which are anti-inflammatory to try and settle the flare-ups and make sure they don't come back as often.
And then following on from that, what are the dietary recommendations you'd make for colitis?
I think it depends. So in the mainstay, you want an easily digestible diet that is suitable for that dog. Sometimes you can get a food allergy related colitis, and so it's sometimes you need to change the food long term to make sure we're not feeding the allergen essentially that will cause these flare-ups.
And then finally, what sort of lifestyle changes can you make to make sure you prevent colitis?
It's a tricky one. So I think it depends on the cause. So if it was related to things like worms, then you want to make sure you're up to date with some regular and good quality worming treatment. You want to make sure that you're feeding a good quality diet and you're not giving loads of different varieties of treats that might upset the stomach and intestine and lead to colitis. And it's just making sure you have that balanced, healthy lifestyle that hopefully then the dogs won't suffer from it. I think if you are concerned, I think the best thing to do is to go and see your vet about it.
So thank you very much for your time today, Andy.
Thank you.
And if anyone's got any further questions, you can put your comments in the comment section below and one of the team will be back in touch. Thank you for taking the time to watch.